Hello gorgeous people, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be putting some drugstore makeup on my face. Hello Miss Freya. Please ignore this. This is chaos. I know I don't usually have a mirror in this room, but we are decorating the nursery, which used to be the guest room, which was also a bit of a dumping ground for things that were like, you know, future projects and stuff. And that just has to be there for now. I do have somewhere else to put it, but it's too heavy for me to lift. So I've got to wait for my beautiful fiance to get home to do that for me. So I will do it. Drugstore makeup. I went to the shops. Chemist Warehouse had a sale. They had a, I think it was it 50% off or 40? I can't remember. I think it was 50% off, pretty much store wide. I had mentioned that I wanted to do like, you know, trying out drugstore makeup because, okay, one, I don't really buy a lot of makeup these days. You guys know I've been working on diminishing my stash of makeup and I'm getting there. Did you know I only have one foundation in my stash? And it's one that I bought. Did I buy that this year? No, last year. Late last year, I think. Lisa Eldridge. Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. Everything else I've finished. So I'm kind of in the market for, you know, buying some stuff. So I took myself off to Chemist Warehouse once I realized they were having a sale. I was purposely waiting for a sale. And I bought a few things. It is not a complete full face, but it's pretty close. I didn't buy I didn't buy blush, bronzer, highlight. Well, actually, that's a lie. I bought a highlight, kind of. But I tried to stay within the realm of products where I didn't have too many. So I picked up a foundation. I picked up a concealer. I bought a powder. Probably didn't need to. Did buy a mascara. Another one where I could have left it. Something I definitely didn't need was a lip product, but I couldn't help myself. I bought a, I don't know, a natural glow enhancer. I don't know, highlight? Let's call it liquid highlight. And I bought a brow product and an eyeliner. I tried to cover a really good base of brands. I have L'Oreal, Revlon, NYX, Covergirl, Rimmel, Maybelline. What's this one? I think this is also L'Oreal. And then I have another Maybelline item. So I tried to touch a lot of bases for a close to full face of makeup. You will notice that I didn't buy any eyeshadow because your girl doesn't need it. But I do want to put some eyeshadow on my face today because I'm still trying to test out my eyeshadow palettes. Okay, let's dig into it. I'm actually really excited to be trying some new makeup today. However, I will say my expectations are, they're not very high. So foundation, I had a really hard time finding a foundation that I felt confident buying. When I was going into this, I didn't want to just buy stuff and be like, you know, oh, I'm actively looking for things that I think are going to be crap or anything like that. I want it to be good. I want to enjoy this stuff. I want to actually keep this stuff and use it and love it. The foundation that I did choose was the Revlon Skincaring Foundation, which has 5% squalane and hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid was definitely one of the like trendy ingredients in foundations. And so was vitamin C. I was avoiding anything that had vitamin C in it. Like if it mentioned vitamin C on the packaging, I was like, not getting that. My skin doesn't respond well to it. And I don't trust that, you know, it's a good quality vitamin C. So already my options were limited. I also found that my options were really limited by color. I don't even think this is going to be right for me. I don't think I've ever been this pale in my life since moving to Perth. It is just like, I have to avoid the sun here because it's just too much. So finding a shade that actually, like, I was confident matched me was really difficult. I wanted to get the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte 30 Hour Foundation, but the shade range, and this was across the board, shade range was rubbish. And I found that with like a lot of foundations that were on offer, they just, you know, they had really, really light shades, and then they went into obviously way too dark for me. Actually, this shade's probably not too bad. The shade that I picked up is 205 Natural Ochre. That was one pump, obviously using a sponge, so you know it absorbs a bit of product, and that covered that area of my face. So you can see like the coverage isn't super high or anything. Like this broken capillary is probably going to, oh actually, you know what, it's covered that pretty well. I think what it's not covering super well is like redness and stuff, but that's, you know, that's whatever. Actually, I don't mind the way that this is looking so far. I spent hours in Chemist Warehouse, and I reckon the lady that was like restocking the makeup section asked me about 16 times if she could help me. And every time I was like, no thank you, no thank you, you know, browsing. But I was there for hours because I just could not decide. I think she thought that I was stealing makeup, which is fair enough because I was there for a really long time. Probably looked a bit sus to her. And eventually she was trying to give me advice on like what foundation to choose. She was talking about the Maybelline Fit Me, the matte and poreless range. She was like, oh, this is what I'm wearing today, it's really good. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I used to wear that like 10 years ago. I don't know if it's actually that long, but it certainly feels like it was that long. Still have the, is it the Dewy and Smooth from Maybelline? And I was tempted to just buy that, but I was like, come on, we're making a video out of this. It's got to be stuff that you haven't used before. It's got to be new to you, not necessarily new release. Half the stuff I couldn't even tell what was actually a new release and what was like just, you know, new to me, because a lot of it was new to me, but also a lot of it was stuff that has been out for years. And I think that's a good thing, you know, like if it's withstood the test of time to stay on the shelves for this long, it's been there for a reason. It's good stuff. Okay, concealer. Not confident about this. It's from NYX. It's the Bear With Me Concealer Serum. So this has Tremella Mushroom in it. I got the shade Vanilla, and again, I'm not super confident about the colors. I think also like trying to shop under those fluorescent lights, and it's a very like, if you've ever been in a Chemist Warehouse, you'll know it's a very like kind of claustrophobic, lots of shadows and stuff. So my confidence with picking colors was like non-existent. I was just like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I actually felt like it would have been easier to pick colors online. I don't love this concealer. I feel like it looks like it's just kind of sitting on the skin. It's a little bit like streaky. I might try and just apply it with my finger. Might get a better result. The color is okay though. Okay, the concealer is okay, but like I could have, it's got the same coverage as the foundation. So I'm kind of like, what is even the point? Look, I live in the land of concealer should be higher coverage. It should, you know, you use it to block out the things that your foundation isn't blocking out. I'm going to take a little bit of, this is the concealer. I'm just going to build up in this area and around the nose. Yeah, I feel like the concealer is basically just a small bottle of the foundation. And what annoys me about having a concealer that's kind of like, you know, medium coverage at best is the fact that you are already laying it over another product. Like it's going over your foundation. Not necessarily always, because I didn't take my foundation up under my eyes, but now I'm using it to sort of, you know, fill in the gaps, so to speak, of what the foundation didn't really deal with. And when a concealer is just another like medium coverage nothingness, basically, you're just building up more and more layers of product, which starts to look heavy. You know, if you've got smile lines or any other sort of expression lines on your face, it starts to like migrate in there. I guess I should have known, like, you know, when it says Bare With Me concealer serum, you know, when I hear concealer serum, I'm like, okay, it's meant to contain ingredients that are good for your skin. So as you're wearing it, your skin is getting some benefit from it. Bare With Me, I think if I think about that term coming from NYX, then yeah, okay, I do believe that they're talking about like a lower coverage concealer, but also it doesn't necessarily have to be. You know, Bare With Me could just be that we have a great color range, so you're going to be able to color match perfectly, therefore it's going to look like you're not wearing an excess of product. And if the pigment is really high and you've got a perfect color match, you're going to use so little product. But I wouldn't say that that's the case with this guy. I don't think I really love this concealer. I would probably try using it just as a foundation on its own to see how it wears, so that I could like just power through this. There's less than 10 mils of product in it. I want to show you how the foundation looks on the skin. So you can see, you know, it's not really covering a whole lot of much. I do have a lot of like weird texture on my skin, and I would actually say that's looking a bit yellow and funny on camera, but I think that's really gonna be like the camera not really coping with like the redness and stuff like that. But look at this already. It's splitting, it's like gathering here. I don't like this foundation is it's even pulling in my chin. I don't love that for me. It's a bit of a deal breaker for, you know, a foundation that starts to settle in my lines before I've even finished a full face of makeup. So I think we know that that's not going to be a fave. I'm going to put on some blush and bronzer of my own since I didn't buy any because I really don't need them. I'm going to use the Soul Body bronzer, and I'm going to use the O Blues Rosy Drops from Drunk Elephant, and I'll be back. Let's pop on some highlights. So did I need to buy this? Absolutely not. I was looking for like a liquid blush, bronzer and highlight because I'm more than happy to start decluttering some of my powder items, like my older powder items, for some liquids, because I think they're just a bit more forgiving for me at the moment. What I did pick up was the L'Oreal Lumi Glowtion in 902. This is Light Glow. I think they had 3 shades, maybe a few more, I can't remember. This is what she looks like. In terms of like blushes and bronzers in liquid form, it was slim pickings, guys. I was really unimpressed. There was a lot of like stick products. I'm not really into stick products, to be honest. And when it came to like blushes, the color ranges were pretty just, I don't know, so generic and boring. Like, I don't want a standard like boring ass pink blush, you know what I mean? Even there was one brand that had an orange one, but once I like, you know, swatched it, I was like, well, this just looks fucking pink. Boring. I didn't want boring, so I just didn't buy them. There were a lot of these types of products where it's kind of like an all over glow sort of thing. You can like mix it with your foundation. You could use it as like a base step under your foundation to bring more glow in. You could use it as a liquid highlight like I am now. I don't mind this. I actually I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because the rest of my face is quite glowy at the moment. But what I did like about this was it wasn't sparkly. This was an actual glow product. So I picked it up just thinking, you know what, let's just give it a go and see how it is. And I don't hate it. I just don't think, I don't think it needs to be this big. Like, it's 40 mils. That's a lot. It's going to last you forever. Don't forget to use it on your body. All right, let's put some powder on and lock some of this in before I sort of finish up the eyes and do the brows. This is from Covergirl. It's a clean invisible powder. I got the shade 105 Ivory. I'm going to use a fan brush to apply a small amount under my eyes. I'm just going to do one side just to see how it comes up. There was a part of me that was like screaming like, don't buy a drugstore powder. You know what your favorite is. My favorite powder at the moment is the Hourglass Veil. I just think it just works. My skin just likes it. But also I kind of felt like I couldn't do a drugstore makeup video and not buy a powder. That makes me look super flat. It definitely has some pigmentation to it because you can see it's like really kind of blocking out everything there. It's, yeah, I don't love it. It's very flat and matte looking. But what I do like, and hopefully you guys can see it as well, I do like that the liquid highlight, the Lumi Glowtion, what a stupid name, is still popping through a little bit there. I'm gonna powder the rest of my face and then I'm gonna use a face mist to bring some life back to it because I don't want to look like a dry corpse. I feel like that powder looks like it has sucked the life out of my skin, but you know what's funny? My foundation still feels tacky, which means that the powder, like, it's not over powdered. I haven't put on so much powder that I've like completely locked in the foundation, but the powder visually appears that way on the skin. I'm not surprised because the second ingredient is kaolin. So yeah, that's dry, dusty kind of looking powder. I am going to spritz my face just to, I don't know, make it look not so corpse-like. I've been playing around with the MAC Fix Plus Radiance for the last few days. This is going to be an assault on my poor skin, but hey, let's go for it. It's like turning a garden hose on your face. Okay, I now look like I haven't powdered my face at all. This face mist, it's pretty good for like bringing back an over powdered base, but like I feel like this powder, I probably could have just used a spritz of water and it would have made that kind of like over powdered look go away. I think the powder is a bit rubbish, to be perfectly honest. Let's do a little bit of eye stuff. So I picked up the Maybelline Hyper Precise All Day Liquid Liner in the shade 730 Jungle Green. They didn't have any like testers for these, so I couldn't see if the color was look, I wanted it to be this, right? This is what I'm trusting it to be, this beautiful like rich jungle green. I don't know if it is going to be. Let's just see how we go with it. Yes, I am feeling it. I'm excited. It is a felt tip. I did know that it was a felt tip when I purchased it. I did have to Google it though. Like I said, there were no samples to try. There was also one, I think it was from Rimmel, that was a similar color, but when I like Googled that to check the nib, because again, they didn't have any samples, I saw that it was a felt tip, but also the swatches looked a bit mid. So I was like, listen, if the brand swatches look shit, it's probably not going to be what I want. So I went with this one instead. Okay, your girl's going to need concentration, so let's do it. Oh, I hate the felt tip already. This is why I hate felt tips. Like, I just feel like it's so skippy. I feel like products like this make your life more difficult. Like, it's not you, it's the product. And look at that. I swear it's like already starting to dry up. Like, the tip is already... This is why I hate felt tips. I've given it a really good shake. I can see it looks like it's flooded now. But we'll try. We'll just keep going. Okay, the color is absolutely gorgeous. Like, just divine. I love it so much. Still don't love felt tip. I think I'll certainly get some use out of it. I'm gonna keep it in my everyday makeup drawer with my Project Pan stuff and try and use it. I don't think it's gonna last a long time, like the actual pen itself. I reckon like they just dry up. They get gunked up with eyeshadow and all sorts of shit, and they become unusable. So I don't think it's gonna be one of those kind of products that I'm using like for months and months and months on end. I'm just gonna love it while I can. I do really love the color. And the formula is quite good as well. It's very opaque. It's dried matte. And with some patience, I was able to get it on there really nice and smooth as well. So let's stay a little bit close here and put some mascara on. I've got from Maybelline the Surreal Falsies, the Falsies Surreal. There was another one that was advertised there that I wanted, but they didn't have, like they only had a waterproof version, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to commit to that. So I didn't go for it. I went for this one. Maybelline mascara is usually pretty reliable. This wand looks okay. Maybe a little bit big for me, but we'll give it a go. We'll see what it's like. Oh yeah. It's not bad. I do really like how it is separating the lashes. I love that. I've been using this L'Oreal one recently, and it's quite clumpy on my lashes, so it's actually really nice when a brush is doing it for you. I definitely did feel that Maybelline was a safe bet when buying a mascara. I know Covergirl also historically make really nice mascaras, so this was like the brand that I just kind of went straight for when I was looking at my mascara options. Another brand that they did have at Chemist Warehouse that was featured quite heavily was Emco Beauty. I didn't buy anything from Emco Beauty, mostly because I don't know, I feel a bit funny about their yay. I feel a bit funny about how like 90% of what they do is just ripping off fucking Charlotte Tilbury or some other brand. I do like this mascara, but I will say what I don't like are the lashes on my left eye. They are an absolute pain in my ass. Oh, that has just lifted up all of that foundation. which is not really a fault of the mascara. It's just, it's just the foundation. Like, it's not, you know, adhering to the skin. It doesn't really set. It's just sitting there. Let's move on to brows. So I picked up this one from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Brows Up to 24-Hour Micro Precision Pencil. I got the shade Blonde. So this was $10 at 50% off. It does come with a nice little like skinny spoolie, which I like. My experience with micro brow pencils, I feel like I haven't actually tried a drugstore one. I can't think of any. And if I have, it's been a long time. This one is retractable, as you would expect. And how much product does it contain? Okay, so it says 1 gram on the Chemist Warehouse website, which, I mean, maybe. I think, are you serious? It's so stiff. I think when it comes to like micro brow pencils and stuff like that, drugstore at like 50% off could really be the way to go, because they're really expensive. Like when you're talking about the Benefit one and stuff like that, like, fuck man, they're so incredibly expensive for what they are. I can't say that I love this one. I think the color is a little bit funky and it's really stiff. Like I feel like I'm applying a brow product with a grey lead pencil at this point. I don't hate it, and I think I would use it and finish it, but I don't think I would buy it again. I think I would probably try a different brand. There wasn't any particular reason why I chose this one over others that were available. It was just to try and have like a, you know, a decent variety of brands. I mean, yeah, it's okay. I don't think the color is right. It's a very it's a very yellowy blonde. Like it's not very, usually when you have like blonde toned pencils, especially in more expensive brands, they're a bit more cool toned. This is very yellow. They had a very limited range available at the store that I was in. A lot of them were sold out, so I just went with blonde thinking, you know, that's fine. It's a safe shade. But yeah, I wouldn't buy that one again because I just don't think it's right for me. I'm just going to clean off the foundation on my lips, which is somehow, you know, it's held on to my lips well. I did buy a lip product. I didn't need to. It's from Rimmel. It's the Oh My Gloss Butter Me Up in the shade Latte Delight. Applicator is giant. It's like a, you know, brownie latte shade. Let's get it on. It doesn't smell like a latte. Oh, but I do like that color. I actually don't mind this applicator. I thought it would be like really big and bulky and kind of like hard to apply, but I think it's actually quite nice. Let's turn down this brightness a little bit. I feel like that looks a little bit more forgiving and a bit more realistic of what I'm seeing in person. Now I am going to check in with this. I'm going to wear this. It's not going to be any like 12-hour wear test. I don't give a shit. It's 20 past 11. So I'm just going to wear it for the day. And then when I'm ready to wash it off, which most likely is going to be probably like 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, I'll come back and let you guys know how I feel about it. I don't love it. I mean, the base is mid at best, if you ask me. I've tried much better products. So in terms of like the, you know, foundation, the concealer, the powder, this hair is really irritating me. You know, I don't love them. I think they're pretty shitty. I think the eye products were faves, and I'm liking the lip product. The highlight is, you know, pretty enough, but again, like nothing super special. Voiceover Hailey, because I forgot to turn the microphone on my damn camera. So I'm checking in. It's only a few hours later. It's not even 2 o'clock. And I mean, you can see how bad the concealer has got around my eyes. It's settled into my fine lines so much. So this day, after I'd filmed this look, I filmed a video with Kat, and then we recorded a podcast. There was lots of laughing, lots of smiling, lots of expressing. So that is a really good test for me to see how like foundations and concealers work around my eye area. And yeah, you can see this is absolutely terrible. It looks yuck. The mascara has also transferred to the like emollient concealer underneath my eye. So it looks pretty rough for just a couple of hours of where this is like, for me, it's just unacceptable. It looks terrible. I would never recommend any of the base products that I'm wearing. I wouldn't repurchase them. That's kind of my go-to for would I recommend it is, you know, would I repurchase it? Simply no. Like no. I will play around with them a little bit more, but I don't see these staying in my stash. The eyeliner, I love the eyeliner. The mascara is not too bad. I'll definitely use that. The brow product, I mean, it's fine. I wouldn't buy that color again. I probably wouldn't buy that particular one because it was so stiff. I will 100% be buying and trying out more micro brow pencils from drugstore brands in the future. The lip product is okay. It doesn't last a great deal of time. I really love the color, but to get that color payoff, you have to apply quite a bit of it, so it looks a bit thick. And here I'm just kind of trying to tap out some of those lines under my eyes, because I had to go to the shops and I didn't really want to keep looking like this. And you can kind of do it, but it doesn't look great. I also have a brush hair stuck under there. Anyway, whatever. I don't love it. Do I recommend any of these base products? No, not if you're a bit older like me. They certainly feel comfortable, nice and hydrating, but if you have any sort of issues with the lines or anything, like, it's probably not going to be your friend. So yeah, just, you've been warned. All right, that's it. I'm going. I love you. Thank you for watching. If you tried any drugstore stuff and you're a bit like me where you're older, you have dry skin, potentially you also have like pretty serious expression lines around your eyes and your mouth and stuff like that, let me know like what your faves are, if you've got some faves, because I actually, even though I feel like this was mostly a fail and the only thing that really came out as like a huge winner on top was like the color of the eyeliner and not so much the like, because I didn't really like the applicator and stuff. I still would like to do this again, but I don't think I'll go in blind next time. I might like try and do, you know, like the best rated or something like that. What I really needed was good base products, and that was the part that failed the most. So I'll try a different tactic next time. I want to say a massive thank you to my channel members and to all of you for joining me. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.